resources and all hands on deck to look at this, because we are not going to cut corners on our criteria on what we're using to make the decision about safety and effectiveness. Because as you know, there is vaccine hesitancy in this country. And some are suspicious of the speed with which the vaccines have been developed. So we've made the promise to the American people that we are going to follow our processes. We're going to use our very high and rigorous standards for authorization.
How was your meeting yesterday at the White House? What happened?
We had a good meeting yesterday. I briefed the White House on our vaccine approval process to give them insight beyond what I had already done or what we had already done with respect to the approval process.
Who was at the meeting?
I'm not going to give details of the meeting, but what I can tell you is it was a good meeting, and it was a very thorough discussion of what our processes were.
You can't tell us if the president was there?
No, I'm not going to speak to a private meeting that took place, just to let you know that we had a good briefing of the process.
How have you navigated this political waters in the midst of a pandemic from the standpoint of the FDA?
Well, we've been the science and the data that come from the development, from the clinical trials of these vaccines, that will guide our decisions. That's how FDA has always made decisions about medical products, and particularly vaccines, and that's what we're going to do here.
I'm even embarrassed to ask this question, but it has been going around, and I do see it on social media a lot. There's people even talking about the government planning to inject microchips on people through the vaccine. There's all this disinformation. What would your message to the American people be about this vaccine and its safety?
Well, first of all, you should not be embarrassed about asking that question, because if we don't acknowledge that real people are concerned about these issues, we'll never get beyond them. What I can tell you that FDA has always done and will do with respect to that one issue you brought up is that we look very carefully at the manufacturing and the quality around the manufacturing. We look at what goes into a vaccine and what comes out in the vaccine and the processes that are used. We inspect manufacturing plants to ensure that high quality. This is one of our core responsibilities. We have done this with all medical products. We've done this with vaccines. We will continue to do that. And in this instance, we have done that and will continue to do that.
So no microchip.
We have not seen microchips, and we do not expect microchips, and we will be looking for all the quality issues that I just brought up. We will not authorize or approve a vaccine that is not something we would want to give to our own family members or take ourselves.
I don't want to pressure you on dates, but this vaccine advisory committee, this public advisory, is scheduled for December 10th. There's been talk that the first vaccine could start being distributed 2 days after that. Are those dates that we are looking at right now?
We're looking at expediting this process as quickly as we possibly can. We expect a decision soon after the December 10th meeting, but it really does depend upon our scientists' evaluation of the data and also a review of all the issues that were brought up publicly at the Vaccine Advisory Committee. It would be improper of me to make a guess as to when that could occur, because that would be prejudging the data. But what I can tell you is that we are all aware of the urgency of the situation.